Hey everybody, this is Brian from AvocaData, and today we're going to go over how you can build custom lists in your white label to resell directly to your customer. So I'm going to get started and log into this white label here, and I'll go off and we'll show you in real time what we're doing. So I'm on a real estate white label that we've been putting together and everything. So this white label currently has 41 users, me being one of them. So once you log into your version of your own white label, so in this instance, I am a client of Real Estate Surge's white label. Real Estate Surge sells me a subscription right now for $299. And what this lets me do in this white label is download 250 leads every day, every month. It lets me download 2,500 leads every day. So Real Estate Surge specifically works with people buying and selling homes. And Real Estate Surge works with clients all over the country. So different clients may need different locations, and you can either go off and explain to your client how you do this, or you could do some work for them in advance. So that's what I want to show you how we do that. I want to show you how we pre-build lists for your clients in an effort to make their lives easier and make it so they stay subscribed and paying you longer. That's the whole goal, making the client's life easy. That's how you get paid more and for longer. So I'm going to go start off with this and look for people looking to buy a home, not homeowners. So what do I mean by that? There's people who are in this database, buyer intent, and there's an option right here for people who are not homeowners. So if we go off and we flip that switch, remove all this. I need to edit all this out. So we're going to go off and build a list of people who are looking to buy a home, and we'll call them medical professionals. So these medical professionals are currently looking to buy a home. And how do we make it a medical professional? Well, we have this entire section here where we can prefab a search. So if we type in doctor, there are 151 doctors that have been looking to sell a house. So I'm looking for people looking to buy a house. So we named it doctors looking to buy a house. We can go down to our job title and we can just easily type in doctor. So now when we hit get count, we found 819 doctors looking to buy a home. We can go off, hit create list. And the next time your user wants to access that list, they can go off and type in doctors, and they now have a list of doctors that are looking to buy a home. So let's continue to make some more. Let's go find young married couples. Okay. So how do we find that? I'm going to pick the age range 25 to 34. I'm going to pick or with children. And I'm also going to pick the marriage option for yes. So in this instance, we can remove doctor and we hit get count. We now have 13,187 individuals in this database that are listed as young married couples between the ages of 25, 35 with children. And obviously they're listed as married. And let's go back. We'll remove the children option for yes and no. And when we do that, we get another 5,000-ish results. Now, if this is the list that you want to pre-build, you can hit create list. And once again, we can now look and find young married couples within our database here. So now what if you want to make sure everybody has a skip trace cell phone? A skip trace wireless phone is phone numbers that we were able to find in multiple locations that are current. So any number that is listed as a skip trace wireless is a number that we found in 3 different sources that's up to date. That is why this would be labeled such. So if now you have a client that's upset that maybe they're getting more disconnects than they want, you can pre-build this for them. You make the list a lot smaller, but now they're triple verified phone numbers. So we see we have it named skip trace, and I'm going to remove the fire filters. So I'll remove yes. And when we do that, we're left with almost 250,000 people in America looking to buy a home that have a skip trace cell phone number. Now, what if you want it to be an email list? Well, we can go do email list. And all we have to do to make it an email list is check off personal email. We can remove skip trace. And when we do that, we're left with 943,277 results. If you go off, hit create list, we now have an email list. Now, I want to do one for people who are CEOs and business owners. There's a few ways we can filter business owner. And the first way I want to do is doing it by seniority. So if we go off by seniority, we see here, if we type in the letters CXO and hit get count, we just turned our list of 1 million people looking for homes into a list of 75,000 people who are CEOs or presidents also looking for homes. We can go off, hit create list there. I also need to go find some people that live in the state of Alaska. Instead of having to go off filter Alaska every time, move the CEO option. There's 2,000 people looking to buy a home in Alaska. Now let's come up with a weird one. A home for someone in Florida with children. So in this instance, there were no Uber drivers looking for a home. Maybe we're looking for contractors. We see, all right, we found 14 people in this list in Florida who are contractors. Let's go remove the kids if there's children because we'll get a little bit more. Now we have 36. What I'm going to do before I save this list though is remove Florida and just leave it as contractor. Let's actually try contractors with an S. So you get a different result, but it's all dynamic on how you search. We now have a list of, and you see I didn't rename it, so I'm going to delete that actually. We'll do real estate agents. So you can type in realtor, get count. Now we found 3,230 people in this database who are realtors. Then, I mean, you can add an S and get a different amount of results. You can say real estate, and let's see what we get here. If you were to do realtor and real estate, you'd have a total of 6,000 different results. So right now I'm just going to go back to realtor and I'll use the keyword realtor. When I hit save list, now it's saved permanently in my brokerage. And we see right here, it's the real estate agents. We'll do the department. So let's take a look. What different departments exist? All right, we have real estate there. We have leasing and real estate. So these would all be pretty much search terms you could go off and use. I want to switch off to a different one because I want to find a new term we can use. Here we have executive. So I found something new, nonprofit. So I want to now make a database of nonprofit. And this is people who work for a nonprofit. That's what this specifically means. People who work for a nonprofit Googled such and such a thing. So we can go over to industry, type it in exactly how it should. And now we're left with 6,308 people who work for nonprofits looking to buy a home. So we made a creative list of people who are members of nonprofits. So are we looking at businesses who are nonprofits looking for work for the nonprofit, or are they individual? We can go take a look and look over at the titles. So I would imagine if you're the VP of youth development, no, I wouldn't imagine pastor. I wouldn't imagine you are the one looking to replace your roof for the business. More likely than not, they're looking to replace it for themselves. So this looks like a pretty good list of people. And the final thing I want to do is I would like to filter the state. I want to make sure everyone is in the state of Colorado, and I can actually sub-filter this list. So when you filter here after here, you are adjusting the pre-save list. So this is 142 results of the pre-save list. And if we were to refresh, and let's do the same, and then we can see 22,000 results. Then again, just the title together, go back to company industry. And now we're back at the same amount we were looking for. Changes it back, then we can go to state. Well, let's remove industry. Let's go back to state. And if we hit search, it just searched Colorado in this list we built here. This can be modified. It's your imagination and how your users really need to use it. Given all of these filters you can pre-save, you will be able to build the best list and product that's sticky enough for all your users to continue and stay subscribed. On that note, any questions, post them below, like the video, and make sure you subscribe. Thank you.